Hawk Report, St. Joe's edition. I'm here with Hawk assistant coach and one of the best defenders in NCAA history. I always got to put that in, John Linehan. I appreciate the time. We're a couple days out. How we doing?
Doing great. And I appreciate as always being on here with you, man. You're one of my favorite guys. You over in paradise right now. Wish I could be there with you. But all is well, man. We're excited to get started soon. Should be a very interesting and an exciting year for us. So we're pumped.
Absolutely. And it's been a little while since St. Joe's has had conversations of kind of being in the top five preseason polls. I know all these things that you and coaches do not care about, but it also obviously is a testament to what you guys have built. And I think kind of some of the momentum you guys built last year, specifically in the A10 tournament. But just how has this off season been? Anything different in terms of just kind of the mood or the feeling around this group heading into the year?
Yeah, I mean, to speak about your first point, I think Coach Lang has done a great job of building a great culture, and we've definitely taken some bumps and bruises along the way, but I think we've put together a really good group that really love playing with one another. The energy is great. We've had a great off season. Just with guys that love being in the gym, right? Love competing, love getting after it every day. So the energy around the program is at probably an all-time high because of the type of guys that we have, who just like I said, compete every day, push each other. And it's good when you have Eric Reynolds back as well. So but it's been awesome. We had a great offseason, great summer. So we're looking forward to a pretty good year.
Absolutely. And you talk about that culture. I think in today's day and age with transfers, I think it's a testament. Have a guy like Reynolds, Brown, a couple all, preseason A10 all conference players coming back. That no longer is something, you can expect, right? But obviously they're here, they're locked in. To have two guys like that coming back, and even starting with Reynolds. I think Coach Lang, he talked this offseason. He's a guy that likes to be coached and likes to be pushed. Obviously, a great season, even higher expectations. Just what makes him special in your mind? You see him day in and day out.
I mean, it's just that. I was fortunate enough to work with Anthony Edwards when I was at Georgia. And he was just a special talent, but he allowed you to coach him. So someone of that magnitude that wanted to be coached. And I see very similar traits in E. Reynolds from the standpoint of he's like a sponge. He wants to get better every single day. So he's always in the gym working out. But when you coach him, he's looking at you in your eyes. He's a yes sir guy. And those type of guys are rare. So having two of those guys in Cam Brown, Eric, and a few of the other guys, man, it's like it's those type of guys don't come around often. So we're excited to have both of them.
Absolutely. And, another, obviously returner, who's a pillar for you guys, talking about Lynn Greer, the third, I loved how he finished the year, especially at the A10 tournament in Brooklyn. But just kind of him being, the head of the snake, you guys have had some, secret scrimmages, they call it, obviously exhibition as well. What have you seen from him that's impressed you most in terms of his leap from last year, to this year?
Yeah, I think he's always been a really good talent. He has a great poise about himself. His game is very mature. From the standpoint of just running the team. Always composed. I think the biggest jump for me, just watching him and knowing him for so many years, is just his leadership. He's really taken a big jump in his leadership, with, being a guy that's, followed by example, so he's in there, he's working, he's been great for Xavier Brown, who we're excited about at the backup point guard. But he's a guy that's kind of as he goes, we go.
Yeah,
You know, at the point guard spot. So, we're excited about his development and where he's headed.
absolutely. And you look, obviously, you look at production, you look at those guards, guards, wings, whatever you want to call them, those three, obviously so important. But you look at your front court as well. Got a couple studs coming back. Looking at a guy like Fleming, who got a lot of time last year. Is it Clay? Is it Klazek? Sorry, yeah,
Oh, Casper.
Casper.
Yeah.
So having both of those guys come back, and being a part of this, the front court, and then Creased as well. A lot of hype. People have seen him play. I know he's going to make an impact as a redshirt freshman, which doesn't always happen. But just looking at your front court, what do you need them to do to be successful, this year?
We're excited about all those guys. Creased. We're excited about what he can be, what he can become. What he is now. He's just he's super skilled. Rashir Fleming. I mean, as a guy that's underrated in high school. To see where he is now with so much potential, and Casper, a guy that's he can do a lot of everything. You know what I mean? And but the way we play is we just ask those guys to play within themselves. Like we don't need Crease to be edge from last year. We just need Crease to be Crease. We need Sheer to continue to develop and continue to grow his game and to get better in certain areas in his game, as well as Casper. So hopefully the three of them can continue to get better within the things that we do offensively and defensively, and it all has to click. Game of basketball is so is anybody can predict whoever to be wherever, right? But it's the teams that really gel and come together and be united. Those are the teams that are special at the end of the year.
And just a couple more. You got, I don't know how many, probably what, 2 or 3 more practices until the tip off the start of the season. Taking from what you've seen again in the exhibition, in some of these scrimmages, what are some kind of like fine tuning you guys are? And again, I say fine tuning. I know fine tuning happens all season.
Right.
But just in terms of what you're looking at these last couple practices, what you took from those scrimmages as a staff, and what you're trying to really kind of hone in on with these guys before play next week.
Yeah, we have a lot to get better at. And like you said, it's going to be, it's a daily process. Like we want to be so much better than we are now come January and February. So we're going to be a total different team come those during that part of the season. So we just have to continue to get better, continue to buy in, continue to believe in each other, continue to push one another, but defensively, we have to continue to get better, because that's something that me particularly, I care a whole lot about, so that's going to be a process as well as offense, and what you see on come Monday, hopefully game by game is going to be better and better. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Definitely. And last question, I know you guys had the opportunity to scrimmage Providence, a place, you are a legend there. I don't know specifically where it was, but just to, kind of be on the opposite sideline. I'm sure it helped because it was only a scrimmage. But again, just kind of, how was that for you? Again, kind of being opposite of a program you care so much about, and obviously a new chapter, for them. How excited you are for, Providence fans?
Yeah, no, I'm excited for Providence. I think with Kim English at the head of the snake and the program, I think they're in great hands. I think he's doing a great job there. He has, from what I see, the players love him. I'm sure they're gonna run through a wall for him, and he's gonna just continue to build the program and pick up right where Coach Cooley left off. He did a great job. It's big shoes to fill, obviously, right? But they couldn't have picked a better coach to lead them than Kim. But just being there, being able to play against my former team was amazing. It was a great feeling. I think they're going to be really good. I mean, they have obviously Bryce Hopkins and Duro and Carter, those guys. I mean, they're really good. So I'm expecting big things from those guys.
Yeah.
As it pertains to the way we played against them, I was happy, the way we competed against them. First and foremost, I thought our guys were up for it. I thought you know they they were pumped. They were into it. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be like that anytime we play against the Big East team. And I was just excited that our guys went out there and competed the way they did.
Definitely. Well, listen, Coach. I appreciate the time. I'm looking forward to kind of checking in with you throughout the season. I know, as you had mentioned, Hawk Hill is excited. There's a certain buzz. That's obviously a testament to kind of what you guys have built, and like you said, the players that are there. So I'm looking forward to you guys getting the show rolling. But I appreciate it as always.
For sure. It's always a pleasure, man.